Spiritual relationship. Yeah. My name is Makai Miracle. I'm the co-creator of Accelerated Light Healing, a series of tools and techniques and energies to help you change whatever's not working for you in your life. I'm super excited about today's class because one of the areas I see people struggle with so much, causes so much pain and sadness and stress and drama in their lives is relationship. And the biggest reason it creates struggle is because it's done unconsciously. So today we're going to talk about what a spiritual relationship is and how you can start to create your relationships that way so you don't have to go through the struggle and trauma anymore. So you can create it in a blissful manner where it just continues to expand into more and more bliss in every moment. And when it's not, you have the tools to shift out of that really quickly. So I'm going to tell you about me and who I am just briefly. I'm an energy healer and teacher from Oregon in the United States. I have been studying and practicing energy healing every single day for the last 12 and a half years. Most of the time, multiple hours a day, anywhere from 3 to 12 hours at my peak. Energy healing is my life. And my perspective is if we can enhance every area of our life with energy and energy healing, why shouldn't we? If we can make our lives easier, why shouldn't we? If you have to, carry like 10 big bags of groceries home and your home's 5 miles away from the grocery store, do you want to walk with 10 big bags of groceries and be dropping stuff and falling over and be completely exhausted by the time you get home? Or do you want to have a car that just gets you there really easily? That is my perspective about energy healing. Energy healing literally raises your vibration and gives you lightness and assistance in everything that you do. Everything. So why not use these tools when they're available for you to help you, to make your life easier? They're available for you right now. So a little bit about my relationship journey. Before Accelerated Light Healing, I was in a relationship for way longer than I needed to be, way longer than it was joyful, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse into this spiraling fireball of destruction until it just ended, or until there was so much distance between us that we didn't really have a relationship anymore. And then after a while, we decided to end it. I didn't bring much consciousness to the relationship because I wasn't, I had a spiritual awakening by that point, but I didn't know how to apply that to relationship, especially with somebody who wasn't quite as aware as me. So, fast forward a few years, after Accelerated Light Healing, the way my relationships and I interacted were so much more conscious. There was so much more awareness there. I was able to co-create a relationship with my lovers in a way that worked for both of us. And then also used awareness in times of struggle, trauma, drama, whatever it is, to see, like, is this relationship still working for us? And if it is, then we would work through the drama. And if it wasn't, then we would just move on without having to have that long drawn out, 6 months, year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year period where it's just not fun anymore and it's not contributing to the expansion of your life. And that's the place I'm hoping to get you to today is like, let's see how we can consciously create a relationship and then also use our awareness throughout the relationship to see if it's still working for us. Because if it is, it can be more blissful than you ever imagined possible. And if it isn't, there's no need for you to continue things that aren't working for you. You can go on and move on and go to the next experience that's going to be blissful for you, whether it is taking time for yourself and being with yourself and expanding yourself and your creativity and your creative gifts, or creating another relationship that could be more amazing than you ever imagined possible. Ah, beautiful. So what I would like to do is have you put your name in the chat box. Let me know who's here. Let me know where you're from. And also tell me what it is that you would like to get out of today's live stream. I'm here for you. I'm here to help create as much change as possible in your life. And while that's happening, while we're waiting for people to chat in, I'd like to get our energies connected and get the healing energies running. So if this is your first experience with me, or if you've had many experiences with me, uh, what I like to do at the beginning of each class, each live stream, is to get the healing energies running so we can have that extra support, that extra momentum to create as much change as possible today. Just close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and open yourself up to receive. Take a deep breath in, let it out with a sound. And do that 2 more times. Once more. Just keep your eyes closed and keep breathing as we get these healing energies running. Ah. Ah. Beautiful. How are you feeling, friends? Love it if you just chat in the chat box and let me know what you're experiencing. What you experienced during that. Just one to 3 words on how you're feeling right now. That's what I'd like. And then, if you'd like to chat in what it is you'd like to receive out of today's experience, I would love to hear. Let's see who we have here. Gabrielle's here. Ha ha, she says, always packed with high energy frequencies that take me into the abundant realm infused in light and love. Aw, thank you, Gabrielle. We have Stephanie and Laura. They're both excited to be here. Hi, friends. Crystal, Karen, yay. Mika. Linda says, I feel lighter. Yay. Crystal's got a lot of smileys and hearts. Beautiful. Ah. So just take a deep breath in, let out the sound. Two more. One more. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful. All right. So, as I mentioned before, I'm the co-creator of a system of healing called Accelerated Light Healing. And Accelerated Light Healing has three main components. We have the intuitive counseling, where we have tools to clear out limiting beliefs and stuck, heavy, dense, painful emotions like that. I'm going to teach you how to do that here in just a moment. We also have the energy healing, which I've been running on you since before the live stream even started. Will continue throughout the entire live stream. And the third part of accelerated light healing is the energetic activations, where the healing energies ramp up really high, and you usually bliss out, and a lot of people fall asleep, but they're not actually falling asleep. It's just that they're going to this super high conscious place. The energies are so high that the only way your body knows how to receive them is to turn your mind on. We'll be getting into an amazing energetic activation later in the live stream. So, Mika says, I would like to release old patterns and get rid of energetic cords to my past lovers. Beautiful. And Crystal says she'd like interaction and connection on all timelines and dimensions with divine love. Beautiful. If you have any other questions or things you'd like to get out of today's live stream, uh, just put them in the chat box throughout the entire live stream here. Jedi's here. She says, I haven't been in love or in a worthy relationship since the 20th century. I'd finally like to create one. Yes, beautiful. And Georgina says, I'd like to release all the past energy from my relationships. Beautiful. Yes. Love it all. So before we get into that, I'm going to share a tool with you. A few tools with you, actually. Our three-step process of transformation and accelerated light healing. And the first step is clearing, and we have a tool for that called Rich. We use this to clear out limiting beliefs and old stuck energy that no longer serves us anymore. So Rich stands for release, integrate, clear, and harmonize. So what we're doing is releasing and clearing all the heavy, dense, stuck energies of thoughts, feelings, emotions, lies, stories, limitations, judgments, and conclusions. Releasing and clearing them from your physical body, releasing and clearing them from your energy field. Ah, beautiful. Then the I stands for integrate. So we're integrating any parts and pieces of you either lost or pushed away or denied whenever you experience trauma, this lifetime or another lifetime reality. And that can include in relationships, fights, arguments, breakups, places where you decided you couldn't show yourself because the other person wouldn't like you or they judge you or run away. Bringing all that back. We're also integrating any awareness you're unwilling to be aware of whenever you experience trauma, this lifetime or another lifetime reality. Because as an infinite being, you're infinitely aware of everything, past, present, and future. And if you were willing to be that aware, you probably wouldn't get into a traumatic situation knowingly. You probably wouldn't get in your car and drive to the grocery store if you knew you were going to get in a car accident. In like manner, you probably wouldn't get in a relationship that if you knew it was going to end in the same way that your last 10 relationships did, in a burning spiral down towards destruction. But why does that happen? Well, infinite consciousness is infinitely expanding. And you as an infinite being are infinitely expanding, except what happens is when you are infinitely expanding, sometimes you hit a wall. And this wall is an illusion. It's something you created. The thing is, infinite consciousness is continuing to infinitely expand. It's trying to pull you through this wall. Except you have this wall. You're like, this wall is real. But it's not. It's only something you created based on your limiting beliefs, your painful, heavy, dense, stuck emotions. So infinite consciousness, as it's pulling you through this wall, it's going to try to get your attention to make you realize that you created this wall. It's not real. So the first time it's going to just be like a little brush in your face, like, hey, you should get this. You can let this go and move right through it. And if you don't get it, then it's going to be a little tap on the face, like, hey, you should get this. And then it's going to be a slap in the face. Then it's going to be a punch in the face. You better get this and it's going to keep getting more and more and more intense until you get it. Or you don't get it and then you die, and then you have to come back to the earth plane and do it all over again so you can get it, which doesn't sound like very much fun. So the integrate part of rich integrates those awarenesses you're unwilling to be aware of. So you don't have to be affected by the walls, realize they're illusions, so you don't have to keep repeating the patterns of your life over and over and over and over again to get them. You just get them instantly. Boom. And then the last part of rich is H, and that stands for harmonize. So we're harmonizing all the energetic bodies and physical body to vibrate at that new higher level instantly and effortlessly. I learned Reiki about 12 years ago. That's where I started out with energy healing. And my teacher's like, you're going to bliss out, you're going to feel amazing, then you're probably going to get sick for 3 days while your physical body catches up to your new energetic vibration. But then you're going to feel really amazing after that. I'm like, I don't want to get sick for 3 days. That doesn't sound like very much fun. Also, why would I want to go get a healing if I knew I was going to get sick right afterwards? But that was the fastest tools that were available at the time. Now we have accelerated light healing. The H in rich harmonizes your energetic body and physical body to vibrate at that new higher level instantly. So you don't have to have a healing crisis. You don't have to get sick after a healing. You're just instantly raised to that new higher level. Yay. And this is how it works. So when I run a clearing, it runs on you, everybody that can hear it, all your past lives, your entire ancestral lineage, all the way back to your first family, and everybody you're connected with in this lifetime, friends, family, coworkers, lovers, people you see like once in a while, like cashiers at the grocery store. Creating a lot of change here today. So I'm going to run a clearing. Everywhere you've decided relationships have to be hard and full of struggle, trauma, and drama, rich. Yeah. And just take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. Notice what's going on in your body and your energy. Release it. I'd love to know how you're feeling right now. Just give me 1 to 3 words here in the chat box. While you're doing that, I'm going to keep going so we can create as much change here as possible. After we run a clearing, we use this tool. I'm just going to run it, and then I'll explain it. So, reality reset. Just take a deep breath in. Notice what's going on in your body and your energy field again. Yeah. What reality reset does is it literally resets all of reality. You're either watching this probably on a computer or a smartphone right now. And what's interesting about it is when I move my hand from side to side, it looks like a solid line. It just looks like it's there. It just looks like it's moving. But it's what's actually happening on your computer screen or your smartphone screen is it's redrawing the screen 60 to 70,000 times a second. It's flashing on and off, on and off, on and off, 60 to 70,000 times a second. So if I move my hand from here to here, it's not a solid stream on your computer screen. It's screen's on, and then it's off. The next time it comes on, my hand's a little bit more to the left, and then it's off. It comes on, my hand's a little bit more to the left, off. It comes on, my hand's a little bit more to the left, off. So it keeps redrawing itself to show you the pictures of what's being projected, and that's how reality creates itself. It redraws itself in every moment, way faster than a computer ever could. So reality reset literally resets all reality, so reality stops creating itself from everything you cleared and released with rich. It starts creating itself from everything you integrated and harmonized with rich, and everything you created with the creation tool, which we're going to be talking about in a moment here. So change happens really, 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 really fast. That tool is reality reset. Keep in mind you don't have to remember any of what I'm talking about right now. Just remember rich is for clearing. Reality reset resets all of reality. The final tool I want to share with you before we really get into it is our creation tool. Some people call it manifestation. This tool is called RACE. It stands for radiate and receive, activate and align, create and expand. So what we're doing is we're creating the energy of whatever it is you're asking for. We're creating you as the energy of whatever it is you're asking for. So you vibrate that energy all the time, which brings it into your life really quickly. The R stands for radiate and receive, so we're radiating that energy out from our beings. We're opening our physical bodies, our energy bodies, to receiving whatever it is that we're asking for. A stands for activate and align, so we're activating all the people, places, things, situations, and energetic pathways that will allow whatever it is we're asking for to come into physical manifestation quickly, easily, and a lot of times instantaneously. Then the E stands for expand, so we're expanding that energy all the way out to infinite consciousness. So every being and every molecule in infinite consciousness will contribute to you having whatever it is you're asking for. Take a deep breath in and take that all in. Beautiful. And this is how it works. So when I'm creating something with race, I always like to clear out whatever's in the way, whatever I'm trying to create, because it never helps to be in your own way when you're creating something. So everything that wouldn't allow you to have relationships that are more blissful, joyful, and easy than you ever imagined possible. Rich. So you notice that shift? Probably a little bit more lightness, maybe some bliss or tingly in your body. Now we're going to create that. Everything having relationships that are more fun, blissful, joyful, and easy than you ever imagined possible is, as if by magic, grace. Now you notice another shift. And again, we end our clearings and creations with reality reset. Just take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, let it go. Notice what you're experiencing in your body and your energy field. If you'd like, you can put in a word, 2 or 3, of how you're feeling right now. I'd love to hear. We have a couple more people who have chatted in about what they'd like to get out of today's live stream. Laura says, I would love to hear from my beloved his feelings and to open to receiving that communication. Beautiful. Super important in a relationship. Karen says, I'd love more peace and joy and ease to create happy and healthy relationships, and most, including my business relationships with people I respect and admire and who feel the same about me. I'd like to attract and co-create a healthy, happy, peaceful, loving relationship with a man who wants to co-create the same. Yay! Beautiful. Jedi says, it feels like a whirlwind in my body. It feels great. Yeah. Crystal says, relaxed and lovely and at peace. Yay. My Brit says, feeling peaceful. Okay. Beautiful. So let's talk about what is a spiritual relationship. A spiritual relationship is really, it's a relationship that you are using your awareness in every moment. Because technically, if everything's energy and everything's spiritual, every relationship is a spiritual relationship. But we're talking about a conscious spiritual relationship where you're consciously creating it, where you're being conscious and aware in every moment on, is this working for me? How can we make it even more blissful, amazing, and joyful and rewarding? How can we contribute to each other and receive from each other even more in every moment? Using awareness to create the relationship rather than going in unconscious and realizing 10 years down the road, like, this isn't what I wanted. I don't like this. I just wasted 10 years of my life. Have you ever done that? I know I have. Maybe not quite 10 years, but much longer than I really needed to. So let's talk about, the first step in creating a conscious relationship. That's about becoming really clear on the qualities you would like in a lover, in a partner, and also the qualities you don't want or desire in a partner. And I know that goes completely contradictory to what all the law of attraction experts are saying. They say only focus on what you want to manifest, never focus on what you don't. But here's the problem with that. You may be pretty aware of the things you do want in a relationship, but the things you don't want in a relationship, if you're resisting, avoiding them, or if you have any emotional charge on them, they're part of your energy field. They're part of your vibration, and you attract what's in your energy field. Your unconscious resistance will actually most likely attract that to you, or inspire those qualities in an ideal lover that they didn't actually have. They're actually playing off your energy. That's happened to me, definitely. I've been on both sides of that. So, it's really important to get clear on the qualities you desire in a lover. They're nice. They, you know, buy me things. They say nice things to me. They make me feel beautiful, loved, attractive, sexy. We have really amazing sex. They're easy and fun to be around. And they contribute to my life. And I contribute to their life. Also, on the other side, so all those things, you want to erase them. You just say, everything a lover showing up with these qualities, as if by magic. First, you probably want to clear it out. Everything that wouldn't allow a lover to show up with all these qualities, as if by magic, rich. And then you want to create it. Everything a lover showing up with all these qualities, as if by magic, is race. Reality reset. On the other side of things, all the qualities you don't want in a lover. They hate me, they're mean to me, they hate my gender, they punish me, they aren't open emotionally, they don't have access to their emotions, they abuse me, they say mean things to me, they want to fight all the time, they don't want to spend any time with me. All those kinds of things that you don't want, you want to go through each one of those and enrich them separately. So you don't have any emotional charge or resistance anymore. So everywhere I don't want somebody who abuses me, rich. Everywhere I don't want somebody who's mean to me, rich. Everywhere I don't want somebody who doesn't have access or the ability to share their feelings with me, rich. And go through each one and enrich them. Yeah, Mika says narcissism. So everywhere I don't want somebody who's a narcissist, rich. You want to give a reality reset to all of that. Reality reset. So if you'd like to, put in some of the qualities in the chat box that you don't want in a lover? So we can clear them out right now. We have somebody who says abandonment. So everywhere I don't want somebody who will abandon me, or everywhere I'm afraid of being abandoned, rich. That's a really great point. Because if you're afraid of abandonment, it usually has to do with maybe your parents, past lovers, past lives even. And if you have these fears of these things happening, there's a good chance they're going to happen. Fear of being cheated on, if that's the style of your relationship, where that is outside of the boundaries of your relationship. You want to clear that so you don't have an emotional charge on it, so you don't end up manifesting it. So everywhere you don't want to be cheated on, rich. Everywhere you don't want to be lied to, rich. Ha! Reality reset. Somebody put in impatience. Great. Everywhere you don't want to be with somebody who's impatient. And everywhere you're impatient yourself, rich. Reality reset. What we're doing here is we're really just clearing the way for you to manifest an ideal lover for you. One that's more fun, phenomenal, amazing, rewarding, joyful, and blissful, and easy than you ever imagined possible. Ah, everything that will allow that, rich. Everything all that is if by magic. Great. Reality reset. Laura says she doesn't want a lover who will ignore her or made to feel as if she does not matter or if the relationship does not mean anything. Yeah, totally. So everywhere you're afraid of being, everywhere you don't want a lover who ignores you, makes you feel like you do not matter, and makes you feel like your relationship doesn't matter. Rich. Oh, that's a big one. Thank you, Laura. Reality reset. Stephanie says sarcastic. Yeah, everywhere you don't want somebody who's sarcastic. Rich. Reality reset. Judy says negative conversation and gossip. Yeah, so everywhere you don't want somebody who engages in negative conversation, who judges people, who judges you, or gossips about you or other people. Rich. Reality reset. Because here's the thing. When you clear these out, when you clear your emotional charges out, you're no longer affected by them. What I mean by that is the places where you have emotional charges, or limiting beliefs, are areas where incoming energy gets stuck to you. And it starts, creating this vibration of agitation, fear, anger, hate, rage, judgment, etc. All that, which is no fun for anybody. But some people think that's the only way to connect with other people. Or some people think that judgment is the real right and true way to live for any reason, including because it protects themselves, protects others, or it creates some sort of social ladder, social status. But because I don't have any emotional charge on judgment or negative conversation, if somebody is talking to me and maybe they're gossiping, or maybe they're just saying how horrible their life is, or how horrible this thing is that happened, or how bad or wrong it is, it doesn't make me angry. It doesn't take away from my bliss. Because I don't have the emotional charge on it, it passes through me like air. Like if I'm air, and the the judgment is this ball, we'll just say it's a ball, it just passes right through me, like I'm heir to it, because I don't have any place for it to stick. Is that making sense? When you find yourself getting agitated or judgmental or angry when somebody's talking to you, start by riching it. Like everywhere I have an emotional charge around this, rich. Reality reset. It goes for your lovers too. If your lover's talking about something that is making you really angry, start by riching it. And then going into conscious awareness and just kind of ask what's really going on here. Maybe it is an awareness that something needs to change in your relationship, or maybe it's just something you were holding on to from a long time ago. Maybe with them, maybe with your parents or friends or other relationships that you no longer need anymore. If that's the case, when you rich it, it'll go away. You just get to move on. Back into your bliss. Ah. Yes. All right, Amir says, controlling, emotionally unstable, not loving. Yeah, so everywhere you don't want a lover who controls you, who's emotionally unstable, or not loving, rich. Reality reset. Jedi says unreliable. Yeah, so everywhere you don't want a lover who is unreliable, rich. Reality reset. Crystal says she doesn't want a lover who is in poor health. Fair enough. Everywhere you don't want a lover who's in poor health, rich. Reality reset. All right. I think we got all of those. Everywhere you don't want a lover who is unconscious, rich. Everywhere you don't want a lover who's not spiritual, or at least open to allowing you to be spiritual, rich. Reality reset. All right. So now what I'd like you to do is put in the chat box all the things you do want in a lover, in a relationship. You know, they love me, they're kind to me, they're nurturing, we have great sex, they're loving. If it's a deal breaker for you, maybe you put in there that they're spiritual or open to exploring spirituality. You know, you don't want to put any knots in here, like they don't judge me. So you want to shift that around to they allow me to express myself the way I desire. Ah. We have fun together. I feel bliss when I'm around them. We like to do the same things. Some of the same things. You want your lover to have their own interests. Spending every single moment with your lover can be a little detrimental. If you're building a fire, if you've ever built a fire, I'm hoping most of you have, you know that the fire has to breathe. You can't just put all the wood like really close together when you're trying to get it started. You need to have room for air to get in there, to let it breathe so it can expand and burn even brighter. And you do want to have things that you do with your partner, that you love to do with your partner. That creates even deeper bonding. Jedi says someone who's loving, compatible, supporting, sexy, beautiful, and loyal. Beautiful. Love it. My Brit says loving. Yes. So, this and everything everybody else is thinking about right now. What would it take for a lover to show up with these qualities as if by magic? Or if you're in a relationship, what would it take for my lover to embody these qualities as if by magic? Everything that would allow that? Rich. Everything all it is? Grace. Reality reset. Ah. Take a deep breath in, notice what you're experiencing right now. Haha, Crystal added to that attention. Helpful, kind, excellent parent, strong in all areas, Christ conscious, complimentary and irresistible, a lover of nature and the universe. Love it. Judy says spiritual, expressive, curious, and with new ideas. Yay. Yeah. So all those were in the race that we just did. Beautiful. So you're getting a sense of this. This is how you consciously create the vibration of the lover that you would like to attract into your life. If you're already in a relationship, when you shift these energies inside you, it allows your partner's energy to shift too. And if it's in alignment with their unique soul vibration, they'll start embodying some of those qualities and letting go of some of those qualities that you reached. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Put out with a sound. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So, let's talk a little bit about consciously creating your relationship. So, I'm going to take this from the standpoint that you don't have a lover, but if you do have a lover, you can have this same conversation already. You can have this same conversation with them and really, consciously recreate your relationship. So, you meet somebody, go on a few dates, maybe you're having great sex, and maybe you go on a few more dates. There's a point where you just kind of have this knowing that, like, hey, I want to spend more time with this person, like maybe long term. Hey. And when you get to that point, that's when it's time to have a conversation about consciously creating your relationship. You may be at the point of view like, well, I just want to let things flow and evolve and see what happens. If you and your lover share that intention, that's actually consciously creating your relationship. But you don't want that phase to last for too long, because as you spend more and more time with somebody, you develop more and more of a connection. You really want to be on the same page so you don't hurt them and they don't hurt you. They know what you expect of them, and they know what, and you know what they expect of you. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't want expectations in my relationship. Well, I don't think that's 100% the case. Granted, the less expectations you have, easier your relationship and your entire life will be, but there's certain things that you really want your lover to do. At least from my perspective, If your lover says, hey, I'm going to come pick you up and we're going to go on a date at this time on this day, you want your lover to come and pick you up. You don't want them to just go off and hang out with their friends and not text you or call you to even let you know what's going on. But you don't even want that to happen. You just want them to be there because they say they're going on a date with you. Okay, so that's kind of an expectation. You might not be feeling the best if you spend all this time getting ready and looking pretty, and then your lover doesn't show up, and you're like, what the hell? So that's kind of an expectation. That would be part of what you want to consciously create your relationship around. So how does this work? Well, when you get to this point where you decide that you want to consciously enter into a relationship with this person, you ask them this question. You might start off by saying, hey, I really like you, and I think I want to spend a lot more time with you. Uh, and I would really like to know what you expect of me in this relationship. And let them say whatever it is they want to say. Because you want them to be honest. You want them to say exactly what their vision of a relationship is. To see if it's what you want, so you can be on the same page with them. And you can also negotiate after. We'll talk about that in a minute. But they might say, well, I want somebody who's nice to me, nurturing. We don't fight a lot. Uh, maybe we have a lot of fun together. We like the same things. And that's full of integrity. And then you're just like, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing all of that. Now I want you to ask me that question. So you have them, you lead them through it. Just tell them, like, now ask me, what do you expect from me in a relationship? And so they'll ask you, what do you expect from me in a relationship? And you're like, well, I also want somebody who's loving, compassionate, kind, caring, shows up when they say they're going to show up. They're there for me, both physically and emotionally. And I want somebody who is into, and then you insert your relationship style, whether it's monogamous, polyamorous, open, etc. And we'll talk about an opportunity where you can learn more about that in a little while here. But whatever relationship style it is, because if you want to be in a monogamous relationship and your partner wants to be in an open relationship, it might not work unless one of you can get on board with the other thing. But if it's truly where your partner's heart is like, I don't want to be attached, I want to be able to spend time with and have sex with whoever I want, and you're just like, well, I really want just one person that I can put all my energy into, and we're only having sex with each other, that might not work. Now, if the one person says they're open because they're scared of commitment, that can be something that can be worked on. Or the person who's monogamous says that because they're just scared of getting hurt, and they actually really want to be in an open or polyamorous or some other style of relationship, then that can be worked on too. But if those things are what the other person really wants, then that might not be a good match for you. It might be somebody you can play with until you find somebody who's an ideal match for you. But long term, that's not going to work. And that's part of consciously creating a relationship, knowing if you're on the same page or not, if you're going in the same direction. So 5 years down the line, you don't find out that the other person is doing something or not doing something that you don't like and you don't agree with, and that's not what you want to create in your life. Am I making sense here? Give me a big yes if you're following me. Larry Morningstar says, why would you wait until several dates before having a conscious conversation? That's a really great point. If you are super ballsy or fearless, you can have that conversation on the first date. The thing about it is some people what I would recommend doing is just kind of asking the question, hey, to yourself, kind of infinite consciousness, if I have this conversation with this person right now, will it expand my life? And notice how it makes your body feel. If it makes your body feel light and expansive and blissful and excited, that's a yes. If it makes your body feel heavy, tight, and contracted, like you want to puke, that would be a no. Because some people on the first date, if you talk about like, hey, I just want to be exclusive with you, and you haven't even kissed yet, that might freak some people out. And if you weren't friends before, if you're just meeting this person really for the first time, you don't even really know this person well enough to decide if you want to be in a relationship with them. You're just kind of getting to explore it. So, that being said, if you have a certain relationship style that you know that that's really your desire, monogamous, polyamorous, open, whatever it is, or any of the six major styles, you can drop hints on that first date of this is kind of where I'm coming from, this is what I'm looking for. So the other person can start, gauging whether they want to be a part of that too. But that's not required. You can wait to have a conscious conversation for after a few dates if that's what feels like to you. Ah, all right. Any questions about consciously creating your relationship? Danica says, when you're true to yourself and your own needs and honor you, your true beloved that is aligned to the heart-centered individual that you are will meet you there. Yes, totally. That's really what I'm talking about. And that's why, to start, before we even get into consciously creating a relationship, we talk about manifesting, becoming the vibration of the lover that you want to manifest, and clearing out all the stuff you're resisting and the stuff you don't want so you can attract that vibrational alignment to you. All right, so I'm going to run a couple more clearings here. Then we're going to get into an activation, and then if it's all right with you, I'd like to spend 5 minutes just talking about how you can go deeper into creating spiritual relationships and attracting lovers and maintaining and sustaining and expanding long-term blissful spiritual relationships. And then after that, we're going to run some more clearings at the end of the live stream today. So stick around. It's going to be amazing. Everywhere you decided and everything that holds you back from being intimate and vulnerable with another person, including lovers, rich. Reality reset. Everywhere you've ever been hurt in a relationship and decided you don't want to open yourself up to a relationship again because you don't want to get hurt again, rich. Reality reset. IAFC says, do you have any advice for how to meet people? I've been single since my divorce 3 years ago, and I just find it really difficult to meet spiritually based men. Great question. So first off, you need to clear out the beliefs that you have around, like, it's people don't want to be with me if I'm divorced, or people don't want to be with me because I'm this age, whatever it is. So everything, all those things are rich. Reality reset. That's the first thing. And then you kind of want to just write down and list all your beliefs of like, it's hard to find men, I don't know where to find men, men don't want to be with me because of blah, men don't want to be with me because of blah, men don't want to be with me because of blah, I don't want to be with other people because of blah, etc. And then rich all of those one by one. And then you want to go to places where people are doing the kinds of things that you like. Let me give you an example. Right before the start of Accelerated Light Healing, I was in a band. Really, really great band, really tight. We were playing funk and jam music, and many of us had studied music at college. So we had it together. We were getting pretty big in the Southwest. We were touring and drawing pretty big crowds. And at one of my shows, I met a girl there that I got into a relationship with. Except she used drugs and she was an alcoholic. And I wasn't. And that created lots of problems for us in our relationship. So, but I was going to places where people were doing that. I was playing at a bar that night. So you meet somebody at a bar, chances are they are going to be somebody who likes to drink and or possibly somebody who likes to do drugs. Which, if that's what you're looking for, then that's fine. If that's not what you're looking for, that might not be the best place to meet people. After we broke up, and after Accelerated Light Healing came to be, I left my band because I just couldn't handle being in the drug and alcohol scene, the bar scene anymore. My soul was just like, you can't do this anymore. And I kind of like gave up all my friends because that's what they were all into. That's where I met them all. So after being alone, like literally alone for about a month, no friends, no lovers, the only people I would see were at the grocery store, pretty much. I started going to events where there were people. I was going to events of the things that I liked, and where the kind of people that I liked were going to be conscious events, spiritual events, healing events. And I met a new lover at one of those who was ideal. It just happened naturally. I wasn't looking for anybody. I was open to the possibility, but I was just going to have fun and be in my bliss and joy. That's really the key to meeting people. You go and you be in your bliss and joy and just have as much fun as you want for yourself, not for somebody else. And when you're in that vibration of bliss and joy and just having ecstatic fun, somebody else who loves to have bliss and joy and ecstatic fun shows up in that space with you, and it becomes magic. So everywhere you decide you need a lover or a partner to have fun or bliss or ecstatic joy, rich. Everything having bliss, fun, and ecstatic joy, whether you have a partner in your life or not, is, as if by magic, race. Ha ha ha! Yes! Reality reset. The other thing, and this is the last tip I'm going to share before we get into the activation here, is if you find yourself meeting new people and you start feeling really afraid or shy or like you can't talk or you get scared and you run away, ask the question, is this mine or theirs? Is this fear mine or theirs? Whichever one feels lighter in your body is what's true. If you say, is it mine and you feel lighter, then it's yours. If you say, is it theirs and you feel lighter, it's their fear. You know, they're coming up to this beautiful woman and she's just radiant. And they're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I can contribute to this girl. She's so beautiful. She could have anybody. Why would she want to talk to me? If you're picking up on all that fear unconsciously, you might think it's yours, and then start having those thoughts and feelings, and you might just run away or push the person away. So it doesn't matter when you feel those fears. You ask the question: is this mine or someone else's? Whether it's yours or whether it's someone else's, you do the same thing. You just say everything all that is rich, and it'll go away. You can also add a reality reset. You can start having a real conversation with this person from a place of connection. Yes. Ha ha! Loving it. Okay. I'm going to run 2 more clearings and then we're going to get into the activation. So everywhere you're afraid of connecting with people, everywhere you're afraid of meeting a new lover, everywhere you don't want to have to go through the process of months of creating connection with this person, and then being in a relationship with momentum, everything, or a relationship with somebody that you know, everything all that is rich. It's part of the fun. Reality reset. And everywhere you don't want a new relationship because you are afraid of the unknown and you don't know how it's going to change your life. So you just won't have a relationship at all. Rich. Everywhere you're closed off to relationship and everywhere you lock in all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Everything being open to a relationship is. Everything that will allow that, rich. Everything all that is, race. Reality reset. Ah. Beautiful. Let's get into the activation. Are you ready? So, for the activation, you can lay back in your chair, or you can lay down. Like I said at the beginning, if this is your first accelerated light healing experience, you're most likely going to bliss out, and you might even possibly fall asleep. But again, you're not actually falling asleep. It's just you're bringing in, the energies are so high. The only way that your body knows how to receive them is to turn your mind off. So the only thing you don't want to be doing is like leaning forward in your chair because you might fall out of it, or you don't want to be driving. So if you're driving right now, come back and listen to this later. We will be sending out the replay of this later. Crystal says, yes, I'm ready. Ha ha. Beautiful. So get comfortable. Lay back in your chair, lay down. All you have to do is be open to receive. Just take a couple deep breaths and really sink into wherever you're at. You can close your eyes as long as you can hear my voice. What I'd like you to do is become aware of the energy that surrounds your body. And I'd like you to expand that energy out to the size of the room you're in. Expand that energy out to the size of the building you're in. Expand that energy out to the size of the city block you're on. Expand that energy out to the size of the city you're in. Expand that energy out to the size of the state or province that you're in. Expand that energy out to the size of the country you're in. expand that energy out to the size of the entire planet. Expand that energy out to the size of the solar system. Expand that energy out to the size of the galaxy. Expand energy out to the size of the universe. Expand energy out to the size of the universe of universes. Now expand energy all the way out to infinite consciousness. From this space, just breathe. There may be periods of silence during this activation. That's just the energy doing their thing that they know how to do. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to download you with the energy of infinite love. As you embody infinite love, that's what you attract. So we're going to start that download now. Everywhere you're resisting this and everything that won't allow you to receive this. Rich. Open yourself up to receive. Alright, next we're going to clear out any blockages that you have to being open to connection, being open to lovers and partners, even friends. We're going to clear that energy out from all your past lives and your entire ancestral lineage, all the way back to your first family. We're going to do that with the energy we call liquid light of ancestral and past life clearing. So I'm going to start that now. Just breathe. All you have to do is receive. You can even say, I will receive this. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to clear out all the places you've ever been judged for being you. Expressing what you like, expressing your desires. Whether it be in life, relationship, sexually. Just you being you. The trauma you experience from other people not allowing you to be you. We're going to clear all that right now. Everything all that is and all the stress, trauma, drama you experience from any and all that, or avoiding, resisting, and reacting to any and all that, or being afraid or worried about any and all that, or hiding from any and all that. Everywhere you locked any and all that into your body, unlock, clear, and rich. Reality reset. Everything that doesn't allow you to be you in every moment, rich. Everything you being you in every moment, as if by magic is, grace. Reality reset. Now we're going to clear you and all your past lives and all of your ancestors' lives, all the way back to your first family, of everywhere you decided, everywhere and everything you decided how relationships have to be and how they can't be and how they will be and how they won't be, what their purpose is and what their purpose isn't. We're going to clear all that out right now with the liquid light of ancestral and past life clearing. Start that now. Just keep breathing as these energies continue to do their magic. Keep breathing and receiving even more. Continue to breathe a couple moments longer. Okay. What I'd like you to do, I'm going to enhance your connection to infinite source in the earth. Uh, uh, hmm. And do that 2 more times. Once more. Now I'd like you to breathe energy from infinite source into the top of your head, down your entire body, and out your feet into the earth. And do that 2 more times. Once more. Beautiful. And now what I'd like you to do is breathe energy from the earth. Up your feet, up your entire body, and out your head, all the way up to infinite source. And do that 2 more times. And once more. Just take a few deep breaths. What about the sound? Ah. Two more. Ah. Once more. Ah. When you're ready, you can start wiggling your fingers and toes, rotating your wrists and ankles, pressing your body. Even squeezing your body a little bit. And when you're ready, you can come back to sitting and open your eyes. Ah, yeah. Oh, how are you feeling? Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment. Notice what you're experiencing in your body and your energy. Let it go. Yeah. Love to hear how you're feeling right now. If you'd like to put in 1 to 3 words on how you're feeling in the chat box, love to know that. I'd also love to know if you have anything you'd like to share from that experience. Doing pretty deep here. Oh, yeah. Hmm. Yay. Ha ha. Just know you'll be able to watch the replay of this again because when you listen to accelerated light healing activations, the first time you're at level 0 and you move to level 1000. Next time you listen to it, you're already at 11,000 when you or 1000 when you listen to it, so you move up to level 10,000. The next time you're already at 10,000, so you move up to 100,000, and you can listen to them over and over and over again and just keep expanding into more and more and more bliss. Yes. Ha ha. Beautiful. Crystal says, definitely felt the healing powers. The liquid light healing moved up my body to infinite source. Yes. Beautiful. Ah. So I'm going to run a few more clearings on you for spiritual relationships at the end of the live stream. For right now, would it be all right if I shared with you how you can an opportunity to go even deeper with accelerated light healing and creating spiritual relationships? Thank you. So I put together this class called Creating Spiritual Relationships because I knew that I have way more to share than we were going to be able to get done in one live stream today. And there's so many facets of creating spiritual relationships and sustaining relationships that can be blissful throughout the entire relationship and the ways to do that. So I put this class together. It's going to be 6 weeks with me on the live stream. And in these live streams, you're going to learn how to attract a lover with the qualities that you desire. You're going to learn the 6 major relationship styles and how to make them work for you. What to do when the sex fizzles out. You're going to learn how to reignite the passion. You're going to learn how to create fun and bliss in relationships in a sustaining manner so it can go long term. Learn how to keep your bliss even when you're arguing. Now, just because you have a spiritual relationship doesn't mean you're not going to disagree. But what if you could be blissful through your disagreements? I'm going to show you how to do that. And you're going to learn how to enhance your sex life. It's going to be amazing. So here's what you're going to get over this 6-week class. Week 1, being free of past relationships. You're going to learn how to energetically untangle yourself from past and current relationships. Because it's these entanglements that actually make your breakups really, really, really hard. And a lot of times, if you can just release these entanglements, your sadness goes away, your attachment goes away, and you're free to start creating your life back in a way that's more blissful and joyful than you ever imagined possible and attract new lovers. It also allows you to not recreate the same type of lovers you had in the past because you're energetically free from all of that. I'm going to be sharing a technique to do that that you haven't heard anywhere else. You're also going to heal all of your heartbreak from this lifetime and all of your lifetimes, so you can be free of that. You're going to become clear of the past so you don't manifest hard and challenging relationships. Now, why are we starting with be free of past relationships when we're talking about creating spiritual relationships? Well, again, like we talked about earlier, what you have in your energetic field, what you vibrate, is what you're going to attract. So if you have old, unexpressed trauma and heartbreak and emotions and limiting beliefs from past relationships, this lifetime or any other lifetime of reality, you're going to attract people that vibrate at that level, and you're going to keep recreating those situations over and over and over again. So what we're going to be doing in week 1 is clearing all that out so you become clear of it, so you can manifest a relationship that's more magical, beautiful, blissful, and amazing than you ever imagined possible. And that's when we get to week 2, manifesting a relationship. So you're going to learn how to become in alignment with your ideal partner. You're going to learn how to avoid attracting the wrong kind of person. You're going to become confident in attracting a partner. You're also going to receive an accelerated light healing activation that increases your magnetism. Week 3, consciously creating a relationship. You're going to learn the 6 major relationship styles. You're going to learn which relationship style or styles work for you, how to create relationships around that. And you're going to learn how to negotiate your relationships so they work for you. And we touched on that just a little bit today, but we're going to go really in depth into that so you can really create your relationship consciously in a way where you're not going to have surprises around your relationship boundaries going forward from that point. All that's just up to week 3, and here's week 4. Sustaining bliss in the relationship. So you're going to learn what to do when the sex fizzles out and how to reignite that passion. Learn how to get your needs met without manipulation. You're also going to learn to become aware when your partner is manipulating you and how you can lead them to getting their needs met without having to be manipulative, which really makes your relationships amazing. And you're also going to learn what to do when fights come up, so you can still maintain your bliss through that. Just because you have a fight doesn't mean you can't be blissful and joyful. And when you're doing that, the fights fizzle out really, really, really fast. You get over them like that, and you maintain your bliss through all of it. How cool is that? Week 5 is enhancing the relationship with energy. So you're going to learn how to use the time you're sleeping next to your partner to heal your relationship and your connection with them. Heal them, heal you, heal your connection. You're going to learn how to clear out emotional and sexual blocks between you and your partner. And open that up so you can feel more connected with them. And you're going to learn how to bring back the excitement in your relationship. And week 6, energetic and spiritual sex tips. So you're going to open up to an entirely new level of sex. You're going to add a new dimension to your sexual experiences. You're going to learn how to lower your partner's barriers, which is useful when entering into a sexual situation. It's also useful when attracting a lover and when you just want to create more openness and more connection with your partner. And you're going to learn how to excite your partner beyond anything they ever imagined possible. It's just going to be an amazing 6 weeks. Each week, we're going to be doing clearings and creations like we did today. And I'll be sharing all these things that I just mentioned and more. And we'll also be going into activations each week. So you really get to expand into that higher level of bliss and that higher vibration. So you attract relationships that are easy and blissful for you, if that's appealing to you. And Uh, I added a special bonus too. If you sign up by Saturday, May 27th, at the end of the night, you're going to receive my 4 MP3 class called Creating Phenomenal Relationships. These are 90-minute MP3s where I go over everything it takes to create a phenomenal relationship. So many clearings, so many creations, so many awarenesses and activations each week to just bring you to that place where your relationships can be phenomenal, where they can be blissful, where they can be easy. So combining this with the 6 weeks of live streams that we're going to be doing, you're going to be sitting really good for relationships now and in the future. You're going to raise to that vibration where what you attract is ease. What you attract is what you love and what lights up your soul. You're going to attract connection. You're going to feel connected with your partner. Yeah. So the Creating Phenomenal Relationships is a $255 value. You're going to get that free if you sign up by Saturday, May 27th, by the end of the day. And so all of this, 6 weeks of live streams, and if you sign up by Saturday, the Creating Phenomenal Relationships, you're going to get all of that for only $333. Or if you'd like to break that up into payments, 3 monthly payments of $133, which is going to make it super easy for you, super simple. So really, is it time to create relationships that are more blissful, joyful, amazing, and easy than you ever imagined possible? Are you ready for that? If so, me too. Click the link below or above the video to register. There might be a button down there. I'm also going to put the link in the chat box right now. There it is. Come play with me. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have a great time, and I'm really excited to see what kind of magical relationships you're going to create in your life, because you can. You deserve to. It's your birthright to have ease and bliss in this life, and that includes in your relationships. Relationships don't have to be hard. They can be easy, they can be fun, they can be blissful and joyful. Hopefully you've experienced at least a picture of that in portions of your relationships, and maybe you've experienced that in a whole relationship. Whatever it is, I'm here. I'm here to guide you and share these tools and clearings and creations and activations to help you create relationships that are more blissful, joyful, amazing, and easy than you ever imagined possible. So if that sounds exciting to you, click the register button or the link below the video, and I look forward to playing with you on those live streams. Yes. All right. So, I'd like to do a couple more clearings before we end for the night. I'd also just like to check in and see what people have been saying about the activation. Lyra says, "Thank you. I could feel the energies working deep inside my body. Yay." Jedi says, "Wow, I feel so blissful." Crystal says, "I think we're all blissed out." Yes. Jedi says, "It's hard to find the words. Thank you." Totally. Gabrielle says, "Infinite alignment with source and feeling bliss. I just began to create a spiritual relationship. The activations gave me a clear idea as what to expect as the story of love begins for me." Yes, loving it. That's so beautiful. There's going to be a lot more of those in the 6-week class. If you feel called, I am super excited to play with you on those. All right. So let's end with some super clearings here. Everywhere you're afraid of getting your heart broken again, Rich. Reality reset. Everywhere you decided why people will or won't love you, and everywhere you're trying to be someone who you're not so you can be attractive to a lover or a partner, Rich. Reality reset. Everything that doesn't allow you to experience infinite love between you and a lover or a partner, Rich. Everything experiencing infinite love between you and a partner is, as if by magic, Grace. Reality reset. And everything that doesn't allow you to know that you're worthy and deserving of having a phenomenal relationship that's more amazing, blissful, joyful, and rewarding, and exciting and ecstatic than you ever imagined possible, rich. Everything knowing all that is, that you are deserving and worthy of a relationship that's more fun, phenomenal, amazing, blissful, joyful, and rewarding than you ever imagined possible, as if by magic, great. Reality reset. Okay, take a deep breath in. Notice what you're experiencing in your body and your energy. Let it go. Thank you so much for being here with me to play today. I had so much fun. I look forward to playing with you again soon. Have an amazing night.